We're talking about the trifecta here. What makes the perfect listing? And we've already addressed location in part 1. So we're going to talk about condition as the second factor in the perfect listing. Let's face it, we have some homeowners who treat their home like a palace. It is their castle. It is their love. If anything goes wrong, they're right there to take care of it. And their property is amazing and perfect in every way. And we love that. We love to see that. If we're ready to spend top dollar on something, we really want that listing to be at that level. We want our future home to be loved. So those people who keep their house and their property in that sort of condition deserve top dollar, and they often get it. They often get people fighting over them. But it's the other areas of condition where we struggle. So when I look at a home and I train agents to look at homes and I talk to my buyers, I'm looking at all of the components of that house, and I keep it pretty simple for everybody. So when we look at the roof, of course, we're going to look at the overall condition of the house, the curb appeal. But when we get right down to it, we look at the roof. Is the roof in above average condition? Is it brand new? Is it practically new? Does it look great? Does it not have the algae spewing all over it? So is it above average? Average? Maybe halfway through its useful life, still looks okay, but not leaking or anything. Or below average, where it needs to be replaced, or it's pretty close to it. So condition is very important. We have a lot of sellers who think that just because their house is intact and it does have a roof and it does have windows and it does have flooring, that they should be priced up with the people who score top dollar for their house. And that's not true. Average condition is what most people expect at minimum if you're priced up at the top of your price point with the others. So just keep that in mind when you think about your house and you're getting ready to sell it. Have I just knocked it out of the park in terms of keeping everything up to date? Or is my house more in average condition where, everything works, it's okay. We haven't done any major updates, but the basics are still covered and it's still in good shape. If it's average or below average, you don't need to be at the top end of the comparables. You can't be. No one's going to fall for that. So you're going to have to be middle of the road for average condition or under for below average condition. So if we're looking around and we can't even see out your windows because of the condensation, the failed seals, if your windows don't open and close like they're supposed to, if you've got issues like that with other components of the house, I've seen a furnace as old as 75 years old. It was a Williamson. It was still running, but not at peak efficiency or anything like that. So if you still have things that need to be replaced, leaks, electrical problems, things are old, you have structural damage, which always amazes me because houses will get some structural damage over time if they weren't put together correctly or if they're just so old and in need of updates. But you really shouldn't price your house with structural damage with an average house in average condition or in excellent or above average condition. You just have to be realistic about what you have and price it accordingly. I don't have to do the checklist anymore physically, but I go by a checklist system and I tell my sellers about this and I take them through it. So at the end of our tour, we have a pretty good idea of if that house is sitting in above average condition or excellent, if it's average, or if it's below average, and we have to reflect that in the price. A lot of people just want to go for top dollar who maybe don't deserve it. What you want to do is really know the condition of the property you're selling so that you can make an informed decision about where it needs to be positioned in the market. Just because it may not be in great shape doesn't mean you can't price it to where someone will find it attractive and buy it and put it back together like it deserves to be. So just keep in mind that condition comes into play when you're trying to sell that house. We do take the location in mind, but condition is big. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to match the price and be in a good location. And if all three of those things are working together, then you're going to have a successful sale. If you have questions about this topic or any other real estate related topic, feel free to call me, text me, reach out to me via email or private message as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, click subscribe. Thanks. Bye.